I'm back with another experiment. Wow, it's such a feeling doing a Facebook Live. I'm going to take another moment to find my own connection to the ground for any human connection. Find my connection to breath before any human connection. Find my connection to the big heart before any human connection. Okay, even better. And I am here right now to connect, but to connect from my own place and from my sense of sanctity. I have to say, when I come into the Facebook Live field, it's very chaotic. It's a lot like being caught in a riptide in an energetic ocean. And this necessity of finding my own alignment first and actually casting before me an intention of sanctity, of holiness, is really important. Some days more than others. Today, it seems to be really strong, the riptide. I don't think it's me. I actually feel pretty strong right now, but it also feels like, wow, it may just be weather events in the world. So what I had thought that I was going to talk about before I stepped into this extraordinary maelstrom was the way Ying and Yuan levels. This is something that I teach about in Whole Heart Connection Mentorship. I'm going to be teaching about it as one of the Making Connections classes, not this weekend, but the next. I teach it in a Chinese medicine context very frequently also, because it's very important for diagnosis. Now that I'm in this maelstrom, I am feeling that the connection to the Yuan level is more important than ever, the anchoring in it, no matter what. So for people who have no idea what I'm talking about, the idea is that a person has layers. On a physical level, the way level is your skin and a little out beyond your skin and a little in from your skin. On a non-physical level, it's the electrical surface, it's the nervous system, it's the level of things are always moving, always moving. There's such a quality of busy and buzzing and all that kind of stuff on the way level. I'm like interacting with you on the way level. It's like new, improved. And when the way level is healthy, I'm really having to walk my talk here. When the way level is healthy, it's like a triple heater for those Chinese medicine people that's rooted in Ming Men. I'm here and I have a surface and I'm acting from the surface, but that surface is anchored in immutable depth. Or one can easily get blown away. One can easily find ourselves in what's called reaction or just hijack. So it's important to have a way level. The surfaces are exciting. Surfaces are where flowers bloom. On the planet, it's the most important part of the planet. Lots goes on the surface. Same with the ocean, but it's the most turbulent part. So I am connecting, I am transmitting from the way level, but with an anchor in Yuan, anchor in the bones. So that's the way level. And it's quite extraordinary, as it always is, to be doing this as a partner exercise with many invisible people who are spread out through time. I'm going to take just another moment to smile at you and feel what it's like to have that electric surface connection while anchored in depth. Yeah. Ooh, and to feel for the Ying level. The Ying level is in from the skin. To find it most easily, we put our hands on our body. I can feel myself not wanting to leave the way level. And it's a Facebook Live issue. Let's see what will make this feel like a safe thing to do for all of us. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. On the inside, below the skin, the heart moves into a much deeper level of sacredness. And the being moves into what I call a tenderness in the zone. Our blood is in the Ying level, and our organs are in the Ying level. And they're on the inside in a protected space for very good reason. So I can feel right now in the group the hesitation to leave the surface and consider connecting on the Ying level. I set up a campfire for us. I set up a sacred flame. There's a lot deep on the interior in that inner ocean that is in a mixed state, shall we say, a mixed state between woundedness and health, a mixed state between fear and hope. And it makes sense not to share that place willy-nilly, nor open it to the external winds. So we're going to have to do this in almost like a secretive way, and maybe even look away from the video, and each of us in our own, yeah, there you go, exactly. There's a whole world in there that is not meant to be opened to the winds. It may be shared with those whom we trust very, very deeply. And it is a precious part of ourselves, not to be thrown around lightly. Yeah. We can each explore that depth on our own, but also at the same time, kind of holding, I picture us like holding hands, but closing our eyes, like we're together in this. Going there with mercy, with kindness, and with a deep sense that this is an incredibly precious layer of our being. And if we are talking to someone who's on the way level, we may not be able to share our Ying level with them. We'll be waiting until we're met there. As I am connecting with the Ying level with you, kind of lightly, kind of tentatively, kind of warily, but with some degree of repose, I am being very clear about my connection to heaven and within the big heart first, and to my own Yuan level. I'm going to speak of that now. Because just as it can be very uncomfortable to be in the way level without a Yuan level, especially in a wild place like this, it can feel more vulnerable than can be born to be in the Ying level without the security of the Yuan underneath it. So I am feeling for all of us, hey, you can join me there. To be in the Yuan level and the Ying level at the same time is to have your back body, your spine, your bones, your rib cage, your pelvic bowl. This is very important. Otherwise, our internal emotions can feel overwhelming. The Ying level is very deeply emotional. And the Yuan level beneath it, the bones, are not emotional at all. They are pure existential statement of being. So we're feeling for what it feels like to rest in our bones and be the bowl that contains the soup of our Yin, of our blessed and precious Yin, that we do not share lightly. that we are honored when someone shares it with us, even shyly, even a little bit. We are the bowl, sturdy, strong like bones. We are the bedrock underneath the ocean. There may be deep tides and deep waves, but if we are in our Yuan, in our bones, there can be a lot of emotion and yet not instability. Smell, that's good. One last bit, which is that when we're resting in the Yuan, holding that Yang, and also saying hi up on the way level where the waves are, the opening of the aperture of the heart, the gentle dilation of it, so that we can feel from even further back the light that comes through us, every single one of us. We can get very squinched up and ignore the fact that there's light coming through us. and that's a really good time to be connecting and feeling for, have I forgotten everything but the way level? Can I find my Ying? In order to find my Ying, do I need to? Yes, exactly. Feel the bowl that's holding the soup. Good. I think this is a very important practice these days, to come out of the reactivity of an unconnected way level, to come out of the emotional overwhelm of an unsecured Ying level, and find the place of existential stability from which we can have emotions and responses without losing that anchor of simple, enduring selfhood. Okay, it's been wild, as it always is. Thank you for your listening and being part of this experiment. I'm always overwhelmed at the beginning. Anchor, and then come into a place of such gratitude that through time and space, you are willing to make a connection like this. It is precious to me. It's precious to me. All right, see you again here some of the time, and maybe see you in one of the classes where I'm talking about the way you take care in this wild, wild world.